Hello, my dear friend. Quiet, isn't it? I've always liked that kind of quiet, the kind that doesn't demand anything from you. Just sits with you, like a thoughtful companion. And today, I have something to share. It was a Tuesday, midday. I was in my kitchen, listening to the soft hum of the refrigerator, when it suddenly hit me. I had a picnic planned with Orville in exactly 2 hours. Now I had a job to do. I was in charge of the fruits, the nuts, the drinks, and of course, all the little containers and cups that make a picnic feel like more than just food on grass. But what mattered most were the berries. Always the berries. Strawberries, blueberries, red currants, and raspberries, especially raspberries. Oh, how we adore them. I went to the fridge, gathered the fruits, and started slicing apples and pears. Now, between us, Orville and I don't even like pears that much, but we always put them in anyway, like tradition, and I've always felt that cut fruit tastes better somehow. I thought that was just my little secret. But one day Orville said it out loud. "You know, Hippo," he said, "fruit just tastes better when you slice it. It feels prepared, with intention." I remember looking at him, surprised that he thought the same thing. That's something I really appreciate about Orville. He always says what's on his mind. Not in a rude way, no. He has manners. For example, if he came over and didn't like the food my wife had made, which, by the way, is practically impossible because she's a world-class chef, he wouldn't say, "This is awful." No, he'd just smile and eat around it. But he's honest, and there's something brave about that. Speaking of my wife's cooking, there's a potato dish she makes with 4 different kinds of exotic butter. Buttery, but somehow still crisp. You know, I could talk about that for an hour. But back to the story. I reached into the fridge again and pulled out the juice, orange, apple, and grape. Then I grabbed the bowls, the cups, the napkins, double-checked everything twice, and before heading out, I did something important. I got myself ready. You see, I believe, even for a friend, especially for a friend, one should look presentable. Orville once told me, if you make an effort for someone, even in small ways, you show them they matter. That stayed with me ever since. So I straightened my bow tie, gave my vest a little brush, and made sure my shoes didn't squeak when I walked. I headed to our usual spot, a patch of grass beside a gentle hill next to a small pond, right under a big tree. That tree had a beehive. Not something we thought about at the time. Right on time, Orville showed up. He pulled out the red and white checkered blanket, the same one we always used, and laid it out with the same swift precision as always. He started placing things down. The jam, raspberry of course, the butter, the honey, the slices of bread, and the knives, all perfectly aligned. Watching him set a table is like watching someone fold origami, calm, focused, elegant. We sat and began our usual chatter, clouds, sandwiches, and whether or not squirrels have hobbies. Then came the sound. Will you believe that was the beginning of our downfall? The bees had arrived. Curious little things at first, buzzing softly, drifting from flower to jam jar. One landed on Orville's bread. He twitched, then swatted, then all reason left him. "Bees, Hippo! "They're on the jam!" he yelled, waving a napkin like it was a sword. Before I could say a word, I too had risen, picked up the picnic blanket, and began flapping it wildly like some sort of knight with fabric armor. It was not my finest moment. The bees did not take kindly to our defense tactics. What was once a quiet lunch turned into chaos. Orville kicked the butter. I tripped on the grape juice. He tossed a sandwich like a frisbee. I think one of them hit a squirrel. We flailed, we panicked. We shouted apologies to the bees as if that would help. Eventually they backed off. Not because we won, but because we looked ridiculous enough to lose their interest. We sat there afterward, breathing heavily, jam on our sleeves, our fruit scattered like confetti. Then we started to laugh, because what else could we do? "Oh, man," I said between chuckles, "it was that simple all the time." Wow, if I think about it, if something annoys you, you shouldn't react annoying as well.